Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hey guys, it's Grace, and today I am here with my friend Jean.
Hi.
And we're going to be talking about how to be positive and how to love yourself. If you guys like this, I can make it into a series. We're thinking about calling it Tea Talk with Friends because we have some lovely tea right here. And we're going to talk about some stuff. Loving yourself. I think this is something that we've both kind of like gone through and dealt with and had our own kind of struggles with. So, do you want to talk about how you've come to love yourself and any advice?
I mean, I definitely feel like I kind of went through it. I kind of had a rough middle school, high school time where I really felt like I was being bullied. I don't really feel like I ever actually was. I just kind of felt like an underdog kind of person, and that kind of put me in a place where I felt threatened all the time, and the constant threatening and feeling like I wasn't good enough and not really loving myself kind of turned into this constant anger and negativity and hatred for other people. And when I got to college, I really wanted to change that, and so I really did, and I tried to smile more and just think the best of people before I think the worst of them. And this year I've been focused a lot more on myself and my own positivity and just being more like you and your positivity. What was your journey like?
Well, I had another kind of struggle with self-love and stuff like that, especially in middle school, because that's just a time where no one feels confident in themselves, and I've kind of just learned to not really care what other people think, and it's hard, and I still struggle through that a lot with a lot of social anxiety and stuff like that. But I think especially this year I've felt more open. I had an experience over the summer where I was camp counseling, and we really had to be in charge of ourselves and other people, and I think I just grew more confident in myself and confident in my ability as a leader and my ability as a person. So I think that definitely helped me, and just not giving a fuck what other people think really is something that is especially important in the industry that we're both going into, because Jean's a musical theater major and I'm an acting major, and so going into theater, it's you can't care what other people think. We have classes where all of our classes are just us doing stupid things, and if you go into yourself and get all self-conscious and stuff like that, you can't do what you're supposed to do as a performer and an entertainer, and it just doesn't work.
And coming off of that, you have to be loving of everyone else as well, and there are people that I don't like, and there are people that I would look at with a first look, and they have that kind of look where I feel like that's the type of person that bullied me when I was younger, and I have this really bad automatic hostility toward them, and I've been really working on just constantly giving everyone the same love that I give my best friends, and the benefit of the doubt, and just being able to, I think, again, going into an industry that we're going, it's connections, it's relationships and connections, and so if you burn bridges and you are not positive to other people and don't have a good attitude about everything, then you're never gonna make it, because that goes for any industry, career, anything like that. If you're positive and you're very nice to everyone around you, then you'll be successful and you'll be given opportunities that other people wouldn't. But if you're negative and you're always down on yourself and down on others, then you're never going to be successful. Going along with relationships, I definitely wanted to talk about loving yourself and being able to love yourself before you can be in a relationship, because I feel that if you can't love yourself, no one is going to be able to truly love you, and you shouldn't be loving someone else as a reason to compensate for your hatred for yourself. I know a lot of people who
have put themselves in shitty relationships or relationships where they don't really like the person, but they just want to feel love from someone, so they put themselves in a bad situation and they're not loving themselves, so they're never going to be able to be successful in the relationship.
Yeah, you have to really show that love for yourself. And thankfully, I never really had a relationship with a guy until I got to college. And I feel like it wasn't until then that I had found the love for myself that I needed before I could truly love him. And I feel like any relationship before then wouldn't have made it, and it would have been about them telling me that I'm good enough. And even that we've had to work on, because I have horrible anxiety problems where I feel like he doesn't love me because I get really emotional. And so he's been really helping me by telling me to dodge wrenches. And if someone was throwing wrenches at you, are you just going to stand there and let them hit you, or are you going to dodge them and get out of the way? So when bad things are coming at you in life, are you just going to like let them hit you and then feel terrible, or are you going to say, nope, not today, nope, not today? Like,
yeah, I think that's really important too, is like getting out of toxic relationships and friendships. So if someone is not treating you the way that you should be treated, like that doesn't help you love yourself, especially if you do have any kind of anxiety or like social anxiety or problems with that kind of stuff. Like, get out of those relationships, like back it the fuck out and run away, because those people aren't the people that you want to be with, and the people that are going to support you, and that doesn't help you on your journey to loving yourself.
I'm not friends with anyone from high school. I had so many friends from my high school, and over the summer I just said, none of you are doing anything for me that's making me happy. And so I just had to say goodbye. And I think that was my biggest change in the past year, was saying goodbye to people that were making me upset and making me feel less than I am.
I definitely think that also, like looking at the people who do react in a negative way to things and seeing how they react, and then taking it back and looking at yourself and saying, oh my god, this is also how I react to this situation, and like I'm negative like this in these kinds of situations, and and then saying like, I don't want to be like that, so what can I do to change that? I think that really is eye-opening, because I know like positivity is a really difficult thing for people, and loving yourself is a really difficult thing for people, but I think the key in it is just like realizing when you're reacting to things and why you're reacting to things, and then being able to see what you could do to solve that.
Yeah. And sometimes you just have to do things to love yourself. Yeah. My issue last year, I wore makeup every single day. I would wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning before our 8 a.m. and put a full face of makeup on, because I didn't want anyone to see me without it, because I had such bad acne. And then over the summer, I couldn't wear makeup for the job that I was in, and so my skin got a lot better, and now I've been able to wear makeup far less often. And I had to learn the different, like this sort of place between doing things that make you feel better about yourself, so buying yourself tea and wearing makeup every day, and things that are going to make you feel better in the long run, so saving money so you can get something that will make you super duper happy, or wearing makeup less often so your skin can breathe.
I also think with the makeup thing too, I've just noticed with you that like now it's more about like enjoying putting on makeup and having fun, versus like feeling like you have to in order to look beautiful, or like love yourself or feel accepted by other people. I think that's another thing that's like I struggle with makeup too, is like, okay, am I doing this because I really want to do this, or am I doing this because I feel uncomfortable in my own skin? And that's something else that I think you have to kind of come to terms with and decide and like figure out for yourself.
Yeah. And there's absolutely nothing bad with wanting to wear makeup every day.
Exactly.
If that's when you feel your best, and if you want to get up and feel creative and do something new and fun with your makeup every day, I totally support that. And if you want to buy tea every day, I'm not saying that I don't, because I do, but like, do something that just makes you happy. And my mom would always tell me, like, don't do that. Don't do stuff that like costs money, or don't wear makeup every day, or don't buy yourself new clothes all the time, because you don't need them. And like, while you might not need it as a necessity, you might need it to just cushion that little spot inside you that's like, I'm hurting right now, and you just need something that brightens you up and allows you to focus on that positive thing that you did for yourself and less on the hurt that you're feeling.
Right, I think that is it. Thank you, Jean, for coming on here.
Thanks
I know
for
it's like
having me.
really weird talking to a camera and not having anyone there,
That's
but
okay. I got weird pictures of your roommate in the background.
yeah, that's very true. We got something to stare at. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more. If you'd like to, you can check out my previous video on this side of the screen and my previous blog on that side of the screen. It's a whole spiel that I do. Alright, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Okay.